Page 44, Lunchbox Blues. We're using our flat symbol again here. Remember the rule for accidentals. A flat and a sharp are both accidentals, so it's the same rule. The sharp goes up and the flat goes down. That's not what I'm talking about. The rule is it applies from the point it is in the measure, where it is, for the rest of the measure. And only that measure and only that staff. So look in this Lunchbox Blues thing on measure 6. That's one measure after 5. Okay. You have 2 B's. There's a flat sound in front of the first B. Well, the second B is also a B flat because it's in the same measure. So it applies for that. So let's look this over. It's 2 lines long with a repeat sign. The clef signs are still treble and bass clef. The time signature is 4/4 time signature. I see quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. And flat signs, of course. The hands are playing together, so I'm going to take it one hand at a time and make sure I know what each hand is doing first. The right hand starts with 5th finger here, and that puts the hand here. Now, your hand is not moving around, so you don't need any of these other finger numbers. Please don't be reading the finger numbers. Learn to read the notes. Know which finger is on which note and use it that way. So it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the B flat, I'm going to use 3rd finger. It's on B. It's just reach up. 2. Again, 1, 2, 4. See, even though all the B's are flatted, the hand position is still all the white keys. And I'll explain that a little more clearly later on when we learn some more stuff. But I'm just moving the finger there long enough to play the black key, and that's it. The second line's almost the same as the first. Almost the same. The left hand, you have a G and a D, and I trust you know those names of those notes, and that puts the hand here. And again, you don't need any other finger numbers. Don't read the finger numbers, read the notes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then again, I'm going to use 3rd because 3rd's on that one. I'm going to use 3rd on here. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And that's the left hand. So then I try putting them together. And when I first put them together, I might hesitate. I don't care. I just want to know how the hands are working together. And right here, it's these and this. 2, 3, and then these 2. And then here, these and these and these. And then you do the again. Okay. So I get the hands together. Then I go back over it a few hundred times or whatever, and I work out the hesitations. So it's a steady beat. Speed is not important right now, but a steady beat is what I'm after. Once I can do that, I think about the articulation. Here we have phrasing. So you're going to connect it as best you can. And then at the end of the line, before you go, you lift up. Just a little, like taking a breath. You cut the whole note just a little bit short so you can lift up. And at the end of the second line, when you repeat, again, you lift up before you repeat. And the left hand, they don't mark anything. You can play it any way you want, technically. Now, this piece happens to work out that when you lift up at the end of the line for the phrase in the right hand, go ahead and lift up in the left too. So you're going to get complete silence. A lot of times on phrasing, I only lift up in the hand that has the phrasing. The other one I connect. But the way this is written, you can lift up. It's okay. Just end of the first line, going to the second, just lift up. Both hands. Then the dynamics. The P is the only thing they give. It's piano, which means soft. But that applies to the melody here. These need to be very soft. Can you play that very light? This light and this really light. Yeah. Don't play them the same. Because this will drown out that. No, we want to hear the melody. See, even that's very light. I just got a little more weight on the right hand than the left. That's all. And that's the only dynamic they give, which is really boring. If you feel like getting a little louder and softer when you feel it, play it. For instance, maybe I get a little louder toward the second measure. Here, but come down. If you feel it that way. If you don't do it. Otherwise, play it as you feel it, but you don't have to play it exactly soft all the way through, is what I'm saying. You're in that area. Then the speed, which is slowly, so it's a blues piece, so I guess it's a sad piece. Just feel it. Remember the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Feel the natural accents as you're going through it. And you might think again now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that really slowly? Well, it's the feel of the piece that we're talking about, not necessarily the speed of the beat. Because 1, 2, 3, that's moderato. That's not slowly. So, but if I'm singing, you don't want to go too slow on a piano. It just drags. Now, if somebody is singing it and they can hold the tones out, then you can get away with going slower. But if it's just the piano, don't go too slow. There is a premier performer here, just to play around with this, where they say you can play this again without the B flats. Just play B natural. Play white keys all the way through. It changes the mood. Well, it's more of a happy thing. That's the difference between major and minor. A major key is kind of a happier key. A minor key is kind of a sadder key in many cases. There's always exceptions, but that's the whole idea. You experiment with the sounds, the difference the flats make and so forth. You experiment. Try different things out. I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to shut up now. Okay. Let's play this together slowly. Actually, we're probably going to take it about the speed it goes. I'm not sure. I'll give us 4 counts, and we will do the repeat. I'm going to play everything about the same on that. I'm not going to play one hand louder than the other, everything, so you can hear everything okay. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3. 2. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3. 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 3. 2. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off. There's a duet at the bottom of the page. I'd like to play that. Again, I need you to go up an octave. So just pretend the middle C on the piano. Instead of here, it's up here. And instead of here, you're up here. Play it all up here. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.